Welcome to Outway's Basics. Today we're going to be talking about properties. Properties are all the important details that any of your locations or information might have, whether that's photos or a project status, maybe a team lead, or anything else that you need to add to the work that you have in the field. In this video, we'll cover all of the different properties, how you can use them, and how you can set them so that it works for everything you're doing. First, we always want to add a photo so that people know what they're working with. The photo property allows you to take a shot out in the field or pull something from your gallery so that you can add and keep those updated records down the line as you continue to resolve these problems. Next, we have a status. Here, the status is set up as what we call a select property. A select gives you a set amount of options that you can set and choose. Here, our options are the status of the project. In this instance, our tree is unresolved. It has not been removed. Next, we have a tree species property. This is actually a reference to a library of tree species that are native to the state. Here, we can actually choose and select them and keep track of the trees that we're pulling out and what species they are. With references, you can reference anything else that you have in Outway, whether that's a library of your tree species, wildlife species, or contractors, or referencing any locations or other location types. Say we want to keep track of the diameter, how big the tree is that we're actually going to remove. This property is a number. Number is one of many kind of generic types that we have. You can add a team member, set them up as a lead, and tag anyone else on your team or even in other teams if you wanted to. This allows you to actually take this and assign it to someone else. You can choose dates as a property. And this date allows us to actually set it out in the future so that whoever's tagged as the lead can keep track of when they need to resolve this by. Lastly, say we want to keep track of any issues this downed tree is causing. There could be multiple things that this could be impacting, right? This could be blocking a trail. This could be potentially dangerous to people. There's a lot of things we might want to keep track of. For this, we're going to use a multi-select. The multi-select property is really similar to the select property we used for status, where there's a set number of options that we can create and change, and then we can choose which one we want to apply here. The difference here is that we can choose multiple of them, thus it is a multi-select. Now those are just the properties we have set for our down tree example. Say you want to actually set up the properties to work for how you work. When you're making your location types, this is where you can set your own properties. Let's just go through some of the remainders that we want to keep track of. So we have phone numbers if you need to keep track of those. We have emails or even links that you can add. We have checkboxes. So say for instance, you have just a to-do list or you want to knock something off. And then we've covered some of the more complicated ones like selects, multi-selects, the library references, and your users that you can tag. That covers everything we have today on properties. Stay tuned for other basics videos on how to use Outway and make the most of it.